A long time ago in an Athenian town, there were two lovers by the name of Hermia and Lysander. But there was a young man named Demetrius who also loved Hermia. And then there was a beautiful young lady named Helena who loved Demetrius with all of her heart, but she was not loved back. Hermia's father Aegeus didn't approve of Lysander, but gave Demetrius his blessing to marry Hermia instead. Stand forth, Demetrius, my noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander, and my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child, Aegeus explained. Later that day, Lysander meets with Hermia to tell her about his aunt's house that is far away from Athens. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, he states. In that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee, Hermia replied sweetly. Shortly after the two agreed to run away, Helena sees them and wanders over. Helen, to you our minds will unfold, Lysander remarked as he told her of their plan. Both Lysander and Hermia say their goodbyes to Helena and swiftly leave. Afterwards, Helena tells herself that Demetrius won't ever love her like he loves Hermia. She complains, how happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she, but what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. The next day, Helena tries to tell Demetrius what measure she will go to for his love. She explains to him, I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well. I love thee not, therefore pursue me not, Demetrius replied. Later on, the fairy king named Oberon gave one of his fairies, Robin, a flower. Oberon then tells Robin to put the flower juice onto Demetrius's eyes so he will fall in love with Helena. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he has on, Oberon explains to Robin. When Robin leaves on his journey, he eventually runs into Lysander and Hermia in the woods. He thinks it's Demetrius and Helena, so he puts the flower juice on Lysander's eyes. As he does so, he says, When thou wakest, let love forbid. When Lysander wakes up, the flower juice causes him to fall in love with Helena. Helena doesn't know he had the flower juice put on him, so she thinks he is merely mocking her. She asks him, Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? Eventually, Demetrius also has the flower juice put on him. When he wakes up, he falls in love with Helena as well. He explained to her, Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, the seal of bliss. When Hermia arrives, she is unaware of the flower juice, so she is confused about the chaos as well. Helena thinks that she's joined together with Lysander and Demetrius to make fun of her. As soon as Hermia gets fired up and mad about what's happening, Helena remarks, And though she be but little, she is fierce. Hermia, offended, immediately replies, Little, again? Nothing but low and little. In order to reverse the spell, Robin pretends to be Demetrius when Lysander comes by to make him fall asleep. Since the fairies can only see other fairies, Lysander isn't able to see Robin. Lysander yells, Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now. Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou? Robin replies as he pretends to be Demetrius. Once Demetrius finally leaves, Robin pretends to be Lysander when Demetrius comes near. When Demetrius finally falls asleep, Robin's job is complete. When Robin returns with the flower to reverse the enchantment, he puts it on Lysander's eyes so he won't love Helena anymore. While applying the flower juice, he murmurs to himself, I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of the former lady's eye. When the day arrives for Hermia to choose whether she marries Demetrius or not, Lysander tries to convince Theseus that he deserves to marry Hermia. After some time, Theseus declares, Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this course we will hear anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple by and by with us these couples shall be eternally knit. While the wedding of Lysander and Hermia takes place, Oberon hopes the wedding is perfect, so he sings, Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray, to the best bride bed will be, which by us shall blessed be. From that moment on, Lysander and Hermia kept loving each other more and more every day. The end. That was stressful.